Explanation of symbols on worksheets are as follows. Use coloring crayons to color the picture. Use your finger to follow the track or line or show the correct picture. Use a coloring crayon to draw a line or write a number or sound. Look at the picture and say the number or sound out loud. Use a scissors to cut on the dotted line. Look at the picture. Use these symbols for the lesson of the day, which will be allocated at the top right side of each page. For example, Lesson 1, Prepositions and Directions.
Hello and welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa and thank you so much for joining me today. Our theme for this week is town. Yesterday we talked about the number 8 and counting. But before we get into this lesson, we need to sanitize. Remember, when you're sanitizing, you need to go round and on your wrists and make sure that they are dry before you touch anything else. It's also very important, my children, to practice good social distancing by checking on both sides and in front of you that no one is around you. Well done. Our topic or lesson for today is the letter U and the differences. First exercise today can be found on page 7. Here we have a new letter being introduced to us. It is the letter U. Everybody, let's say U. Now remember, a letter has two names. It has its actual name and then it has its phonetic name, the sound it makes. And U makes the sound ah. Let's say ah. Again, ah. One more time, ah. Very good. Now we are going to learn how to write the letter U and as well as use it when we are saying different things. As you can see, the letter U starts by going down, then we make a curve coming up, and without lifting our pencil or finger, we go back down. Remember, this is the small letter U, and small letter U needs its leg to stand. Otherwise, it will just fall over. But big letter U is big enough to stand alone. So, let us try and trace together. I want you to put your finger there. Well done. And let's go round. Down, round, and back up. And without lifting your pencil or your finger, let's go back down to make the feet. Well done, grade pre-primary and grade 1s. What we want to do now is something very exciting. Let's take a look at the board. I have a few things that start with the letter U and have U in them. But remember, we said that U has a sound that it makes, and it makes the sound ah. And here in my hands, what do I have? That's right, I have an umbrella. Let's see if this umbrella works. Okay. Oh, lovely. It works just fine. And what is the sound we make for the umbrella when we are starting? We say ah. Everybody, let's say ah. Very good. So when we are saying the word umbrella, we can hear the letter U in there. And we can even make a little song about it too. Ah, ah, umbrella, ah, 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 umbrella, ah, ah, umbrella, ah, 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 umbrella. I don't want you to forget that. So remember, you need to continue practicing that song. But apart from the umbrella, we also have other words that have the letter U in them. For example, the word up. You can see that the letter U is at the beginning and it goes up. Everybody, let's jump up. Well done. Jump up. Very good. But apart from the word up, in a town, you will always see something that goes like a bus. Here we have a nice yellow bus and it has our letter U in it. And we say it as B, A, S, bus. Have you ever been on a bus before? I have. And sometimes I take a bus for a very long journey. Now remember, the big letter U starts from the top, going down and round back up. And we are done. Remember, big letter U can stand by itself, but little letter U needs a foot. So we start going up. I want you to take your finger. Let's go together. Up, down, there, going round, back up without lifting your pencil. We go back down. Well done. Now let's take a look at the exercise we need to do today. I would like you to please write the letter U in the blocks provided. The letter U you're going to write is the small letter U, the one that has the foot. And remember to take your time and start at the correct place. And you can still sing our song as you are doing it. Ah, 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 umbrella. Enjoy yourselves, my dears. I really hope you enjoyed that last exercise, my children, and that you don't forget our song. Let's take a look at another exercise on page 8. Here we have another letter, and this letter is called X, just like X marks the spot. X is very easy to remember and to write as well. As you can see, X is also like a crisscross. So I want you to start where the dot is with your finger or your pencil, and you're just going to go criss across. You lift up your pencil, you go to the other side on top, and you cross. So X, big letter X and small letter X look the same, but the size is different. Let's take a look at the board. As you can see, I have big letter X here and small letter X. The same way we write big letter X is the same way we write small letter X. So we start at the top and we go criss. Then we remove our pencil and we go cross. I want you to remember that they meet in the middle of the letter. So let's start again. Criss. And then we lift up our pencil and we go cross. That is how we write big letter X. The same as for small letter X. But I want you to use a small voice instead of a big voice. Criss. Very good. And cross. Wonderful. Well done. Now there are words that have the letter X in them. And the sound the letter X makes is X. Let's say it together. X. One more time. X. Very good. Now an example of a word that has the letter X in it, making it sound, is the word box. So it says B, O, X. I have a box here with me. As you can see, it is very beautiful and lovely. What do you think is in this box? Do you want me to open the box? Okay, let me open the box and check. Maybe it's money. Maybe it's secret treasure. Let's find out what's in the box. In the box, we have a mug to drink tea in. Yummy tea. So, let's take a look at our exercise. What I would like you to do for this exercise is to write the letter X in the boxes that you can see there. As you can see, you start from the top and you crisscross. Remember, they need to meet in the middle. Otherwise, it's no longer an X, but just a funny letter. I hope you remember to do this well. Take your time and make sure that the lines are straight. Enjoy yourselves. Let's now take a look at our next exercise on page 9. On page 9, we can see that we have a lot of colorful things that need coloring later on. But the colorful things we're talking about is the opposite things. We have on one side something and on the other side something that is opposite. Now, opposite means that it is completely different from something else. I want you to take a look at me and we are going to show you what opposite looks like. My bottle here is big, but if I want to find something opposite from my bottle, then my sanitizer is small. Can you see the difference? Big and small. So the opposite of big is small. Very good. I hope you remember that. Now, knowing what opposite means, let's take a look at our exercise. The first thing that we can see is a worm in an apple. And you have to draw or connect the opposite, which means using your pencil or a color, you need to connect the dot that is the opposite of the other one. Here we can see in the apple that the worm is inside. So the opposite of inside must be, let's take a look at the other side. Let's see. It can't be long for the pencil. It can't be on top for the ball. Yes, my children, it is outside because you can see the worm is outside of the apple. I'd like you to please draw a line from the first apple where the worm is inside to the second apple where the worm is outside. Let's take a look at the next picture. We have a beautiful flag that is low. Now, what is the opposite of low? It can't be long for the pencil. It cannot be on top for the ball. And we cannot use outside again. So our answer must be high. I'd like you to please draw a line from the low flag to the high flag. The other two, I'm sure you can do by yourselves. And when you are done, my children, feel free to color everything there. Remember to use the correct colors. I have never seen a purple apple, so please use the correct colors for each of these pictures. Let's now go to page 10. On page 10, we have something very interesting. This one requires you to use your eyes or your sense of sight. You are going to first take a look at the top picture. You can see that we have a bunny, we have a mountain, we have a beautiful sun, and we have a couple of things that are sprinkled round the picture. It looks like this must be the Easter bunny, since I can see a few eggs. But on the second picture, there are some things that are missing from the other picture. So your job, my children, is to take a look at both pictures very carefully. And I want you to circle the things that are missing from the bottom picture. You can also afterwards color the picture as well. To make sure you don't make a mistake, you can use different colors to check which one is missing. I think I will help you with one of them. I'd like you to look at the bottom picture. The bottom picture, you can see that there are many eggs there. But if you check the eggs on the top picture, some of them are missing. So there you go. I've helped you with one, and the rest you can do by yourselves. Remember to check every time, and we are looking for 8 different things in the picture. Enjoy yourselves. For our last exercise for this lesson, I'd like you to please turn to page 11. On page 11, we can see something that we always see around town. Some of you call it a robot, but the correct word is traffic lights. You can see that there is a traffic light there for red, a traffic light for orange, and a traffic light for green. So I'd like you please to color the first traffic light red. Then you will color the second one orange, and then I want you to color the third one, or the last one, or the one at the bottom green. I also want you to ask the adults, especially those who drive, that you know what these colors mean. You'll be very surprised. Next time that you're in town, my children, I want you to point at the traffic light and they can tell you what it means. And this will be the last exercise we have today. I enjoyed this lesson. I hope you did too. But before we go, we need to sanitize. So please make sure that your hands are fully sanitized, not just inside, but outside as well. And remember those fingertips as well. Remember to dry them, as well as to check your social distancing to make sure that you're not touching anyone or anything around you. Wonderful. But I wonder, I haven't seen my special friend today. Maybe she's in town. Zoe, where are you? Oh, there she is. Ooh, she looks like she's hot. Zoe, would you like an umbrella? Wonderful. And here we go. There we go. Now you are nicely in the shade. So, from Zoe and I, we would like to say...
We know the world is a crazy place right now, but don't panic. Take a breath. Slow down. Or better yet, stop completely. We'll still be here when everything settles down. In this time of uncertainty, look to nature. She has all the answers, you know. We're not only giving ourselves time to reset, we're giving nature time to restore, revive, restart. We're saving ourselves and we're saving the world. Stay home now so that we can welcome you to Namibia again soon. Yes, the world's a crazy place right now, but don't despair. Find the joy, cherish hope, breathe. Take a moment, take a few, and someday soon you'll once again be able to stare in wonder at this magnificent view. The world's a crazy place right now, but don't worry, we'll still be here. We'll see you again soon.
Omba Arts Trust is not just an organization for me. I think of it in the form of a person, a mother and a friend I have walked and grew with. A friend whom I've traveled many remote and dusty roads. A sister who provided so much needed support during times of fear and uncertainty. There is a saying in Damara for people such as Omba, which is which simply means someone who will, with love, exchange your lean piece of meat with their fat one. It might sound simple when translated, but when used towards a loved and appreciated person, it gives such honor. It describes a person who will do everything to make sure you are taken care of. Besides, we all know how the Damaras love their meat.
Let's see, Maria. Good. Jy het 'n bietjie meer daar gewees, né? Soos die boere hulle mielies plant. Ja.
I have seen Omba grow and turn into a light of hope for Namibians all over Namibia. I have seen women and men grow as individuals, becoming respected members of their communities, but also valuable providers of their families. I have seen people with no hope in their eyes light up when they see Omba arrive to fulfill a promise which was made and which they did not believe will be kept. I have seen women dance and sing for hours until the dust from their feet covers us all because the old friend has arrived. I've seen women standing up in front of a large number of people and express their hopes and dreams. I've seen people who have never left their village travel hours and hours to other countries and share their culture and experiences. I have seen children grow and become young women and men before my very eyes. Omba has been the sister holding hands throughout it all. Omba has built valuable and strong relationship with communities, empowering both women and men, but the impact on women can be seen and felt most sincerely. The work with the women has such a ripple effect all over the whole village, most especially the young. Omba has taught them to fish. As times grow tougher and much more difficult, money becomes scarce. Environment around us changes and nothing will ever be the same again. In times like this is when we realize the value of a friend like Omba. It provides hope, constant support, reliable income, and keeping us all together, keeping our pots filled and our fires burning. A motivation to do better, live better, and expect better. If one day the unthinkable happens and Omba is no more, it will be a sad time for our Namibian rural population. Therefore, let's keep the light burning at all cost.
Ons die Sanmense is die eerste mense in die wêreld wat vandag agter gaan staan. Omba is nou die water wat vir ons nat maak, dat ons wortels mooi groei, dat ons vrugte kan bring, kos kan bring. Omba gee vir ons werk en van daar af lewe ons.
It's just an amazing story that ostrich eggshell beads, 72,000 years ago, the ancestors of the San were making ostrich eggshell beads, and today in the 2020s, Junko women are still making those beads pretty much in the same way. And the work has evolved from fairly traditional products, this probably would have been worn like this, into something as sophisticated and contemporary as this necklace from the waterfall range. So here we are bringing the necklace to this gallery in Windhoek, and it then gets sold to customers in Europe, in America, and generating income for women, Junko women back in the Kalahari. So it's just an amazing thread of history that goes to this ostrich egg, to this contemporary jewellery. This basket I absolutely love. It's a finely woven basket in natural dyes. This asymmetry is very unique to Namibian baskets. And we've been working with these women, doing workshops and helping them evolve into these incredibly fine baskets. We've worked with the women developing different palettes, and there's another one with a slightly more yellow palette, but considered are the best baskets in Africa. What we're showing you in this short video is really a long journey of working together with rural communities, reviving ancient traditions, turning them into contemporary world-class products, and supporting the livelihoods of over 400 artisans. Even during COVID-19, we've been helping our sand communities with food and distribution of tippy taps. What we need to do now is to honour the trust that has been put in us over the last 30 years, to support marginalised sand communities and the livelihoods of rural women around Namibia. Your donation will help us get our 400 artisans back to work as soon as possible so that they can feed their families. The lives of their 2,000 family members will directly benefit from this. Please help us raise $50,000 by contributing to the Umba Artisan C19 Support Fund. No matter how big or small, this will make a difference in the lives of our artisans during COVID-19. Thank you.